I'm live. Oh my gosh. Okay, everyone. Every time I go live, I'm confused apparently. So let's see. Oh gosh. How do I like have okay, I'm gonna go to my YouTube channel, which will be where my stream is happening. Ugh. Well, luckily this video is only gonna be up for like a couple days or something, because I'm gonna keep it around. There we go. Rudy Livestream, Professor Flowers. Oh gosh. Okay. So, no one is here. Oh, there's 8 watching. Okay. Oh gosh. Oh no, I don't want people to see. No one can know that I don't know how to do this very well. Okay, so I really fast, I'm gonna post the link on my video because I thought I was gonna be able to post it in the chat. But if the chat is gone because it's over. The video is over. That's it. Okay. I'm gonna post right here the live stream to discuss the video can be found here and paste that link. There's a link. I'm going to post that to my Twitter so people on my Twitter can join in on the fun. So I'll say the oh shoot, I misspelled video. I said video. Oh god. Okay, the live stream to discuss. Oh my gosh, Giuliani review can be found here, and then also I'm gonna edit my misspelling because I said okay, video. Okay, so gonna go back to the live stream. Yes, Benoplasty, Mercury, Jim Lawrence, Want to Believe, Dalton Credit. Yes, everyone's here. Okay. My computer's gonna die, so I'm gonna plug this in. Um, Yay! Oh my gosh, everybody, thank you for coming. I'm just reading the comments. There should be an option to let Premiere chats run long. Yes, there should be. Oh, okay, I'm gonna sit down. Eh. Okay, I can't really read the. I have to lean in. Okay, sorry everyone. I like never live stream, and also I have like this orthotic in, so like I have like a little bit of a lisp right now. Um, but yeah, this is my first time trying the Premiere in the way where I'm like present. Like I've done it before, where it like shows people like there's a premiere happening, and but I've never like been there for it, and I thought it would be fun to like sit and like comment with everyone, and it actually was really fun. And yeah, but there's like this option that makes it seem like you can like go directly into a live stream after the premiere. So I was like, oh, like maybe like the live stream or maybe the premiere will turn into the live stream there or something, or like maybe it'll make a link for me. And it didn't. So I messed up. This is my first time doing something like that. So I just wasn't sure. So yeah, I just made the live stream now. And yeah, thank you. This is as some of you are familiar with, this is my my Nathaniel patriotic shirt. And it's actually like a just a really comfy pajama shirt now. Like I just wear it all the time actually. And I also like love wolf shirts. So yeah, it's actually like weird and like it's strangely like my other identity, because if I was like a Trump supporter, I would have this, right? Like I would have a wolf shirt in front of an American flag, like a wolf and his kids or something. Like yeah. So yeah, I'm glad that you guys liked the premiere. I guess I just thought I would have like something where we can like hang out and talk, and maybe in the future I'll even make a Discord or something, and like maybe I won't stream it on YouTube because like um I think it'd be a lot more fun to hear people's voices and just have a conversation. Like reading the comments is fun, but I think like I have a small enough channel where at this point I can just like talk with people and like just have a conversation. I think it'd be really fun. But let me know how you guys are liking it. Oh, and one thing I wanted to talk about too is that I have a book club now. So I um there's my Patreon has a book club, and it is $10 a month, but basically was trying to like I was trying to like make my Patreon like a real thing because it was just like, oh, here's a Patreon. And so like I have the, like you can pay to have your name in the credits and you can pay to or donate. I'd say donate, but I think we know what's going on. But yeah, you can donate to like name in the credits and then donate to like early access to the video. And the last one is you can donate and then you have access to a book club. And I thought it'd be fun. I almost like wish that there wasn't like a pay for it, but I also want to like make my Patreon like nice or something, or like make my Patreon like try to incentivize it because I would like to do YouTube full time one day. But basically, I want to have a book club. Oh, so I'm reading comment. Oh, I didn't see the video pop up, just the live stream, so I don't know what it's about. So, Jim Lawrence, I made a review of the Rudy Giuliani movie, and it was really bad. Like, like it was so bad. Like, literally, like I can't believe I like looked on YouTube and I was like, are there other reviews of this movie? Because it's so bad that like you would think you would think that someone would have just like done it's like it's gold, like all the jokes like in that movie, like they wrote themselves. And the thing is, it was everyone who watched it was like so confused. They're like, wait, so this is like the good version of Rudy, like him chasing someone away for like wiping his windshield down, and like him just like being a leech of a human being to the people around him. So yeah, that's what the review's about. I spend a lot of time. I mean, like I think it's been almost 3 months since I dropped a video. I spent a good solid 2 months on this video, and I took 1 month off because there was this really horrible tragedy that happened, and I was too depressed to do anything. But after that I spent 2 solid months. So definitely check that out. Um, and please share it, leave a comment like back on the video. That would be super helpful because I post so infrequently. Like part of me is like really tempted to like post every couple weeks, and if I did that, because I'm not great at making videos fast, I think the quality of my videos would drop. And maybe one day if I feel moved to do that, I will. But like at this point, um I really want to make videos that are sincere, or and I spend a lot of time, and I also like wrote most of the music in that video, which like takes extra time too. But like it just takes me like a good solid 2 months to make like a 45-minute video, unfortunately. And I'm hoping I'll get faster with time. But I'm saying this because that messes up the algorithm. Like the algorithm wants you to post like a couple times a week. I'm posting every couple months. So I really want to ask everyone, if you really like this movie, it'd be really helpful if you promoted it, because I know the algorithm's going to have a hard time promoting it because I don't post like all the time. And I don't post all the time because I want to put out a certain level of quality that other people can post twice a month and put out great stuff. I don't know how they do that. And I would love to get to that level, but I'm not there yet. So right now, I just have to accept I'm going to put a video out hopefully every month, but probably every 2 months realistically, and I'll just get faster. But yeah, that's what my video was about. Now we're live streaming, talking about it. I'm kind of sifting through the comments a little bit. Um, yeah, someone's saying it's romanticizing, or is it romanticizing the mayor of New York? I would say it is. And someone's saying that I wrote the music. Yeah, I am so picky. Like I'll be like, oh, this needs to be like, I'll post some of the stuff that I wrote. I'm like, this needs to be like a mystery or something. And I'm like, and then I can't find the music, or the music is copywritten. I'm like, fine, I'll just make my own like mystery song. But then over time, I'll have like a library of music that I can use. So yeah, I don't know. I play music a lot. Like in my last video, I did the parody of God Bless the USA, and like I wrote, or I didn't write, but I recorded all that. I like really love music, so it's something that's fun for me, but it does add extra time. But yeah, going back to what I was talking about earlier, for my Patreon, there is a book club, and it is a $10 donation or above, of course. But basically, like I want to have a book club where we're studying leftist works. And right now, oh, let me get my book actually. So this is what I'm thinking of doing like at the moment. This is here's the camera. This is Mutual Aid by Peter Kropotkin. I think I'm just gonna start reading it with my roommates, and because no one's in the book club yet. Like there are some people who like qualify to be in it, but they haven't like joined the Discord. But basically, like once people like say like, "Hey, I do want to be in the book club" or whatever, um, then we can like discuss what we want to read because I want that to be like a discussion. But for now, I'm just gonna start reading Mutual Aid with my roommate, and then if people want to join, they can. And I really want to focus on in this book club. Um, in this book club, I want to focus on like Black leftist and Black anarchist, and there are just like so many like amazing movements like in Africa with like anarchism that I've never heard about. And I feel like embarrassed I'm saying like Africa because I can't remember like the actual countries, but there's been like so many great black leftists that I've like never heard of that like are doing like anarcho syndicalism in real time. And I want to read about them. And yeah, I want to read about like leftist stuff, like not just from white people, but there's like there are black revolutionaries who are killing it, and I want to read their works. And then I also want to focus on Murray Bookchin and social ecology. So those are the things that I'm super interested in and want to focus on. And I'm thinking that it'd be nice if we could meet every week. I don't know if that's too much because of the amount of reading, because I want it to really be a study group and I want to really put in the time, especially like if I'm probably going to try to show up with like more like being able to lead the discussion. So like that's just like a lot of work. So maybe every 2 weeks. But yeah, I wanted the people who join, I want it to be discussion. But that is happening on my Patreon. There's a book club, $10 a month donation, and you can have access to that in the Discord. And we can talk about what we want to read from there. But yeah, those are all of my announcements. And I want to talk a little bit about the movie, but I'm going to read comments really fast. So, so wants to believe is saying, what's the first? Oh gosh, sorry, I need glasses. What's the first book of the book club? Oh, so I guess I explained that. But yeah, we're gonna decide. I'm just gonna start reading Mutual Aid. But as people join, we can discuss where we want to read. Mercury said, I was going to ask if you'd ever thought of doing musical live streams, but I'm eyeballing this book club now. Yeah, I have a music YouTube channel where I like post my music, and I was like posting on there, and then I was like, no, I'm going to make YouTube videos, and my YouTube channel started doing well. I would post music and no one would see it. And so that was kind of discouraging. And then my YouTube started doing better. So I've been pouring everything into YouTube, but I feel very passionate about both. Like, I don't think I'm living my best life if I'm not doing video essays and music. So I would really like to do both. And yeah, maybe something like streaming music would be good. I live with like two other musicians and they're both really good. And so it would be fun to maybe just have a jam or something and live stream that. Ooh, maybe you can narrate an audiobook. I would love to narrate an audiobook. Like, I would love that. Oh my goodness. Whenever someone asks me to do a voiceover, I'm like, yes, absolutely. I get like all into character and stuff. Um, yeah. And what's the name of my music channel? It's called Claire Claire Borealis. I changed my name to Lua. And some of you didn't see the post, I changed. So I can't. I'm trying to figure out how to change that channel name to Lua Borealis. Um, but yeah, uh, yeah, I changed my name to Lua because I think it's beautiful and I just want to go by that. Um, yeah. So, does anyone? I think I'm gonna start talking about the video a little bit. I don't have a whole lot planned about like talking about the review, but I think for the rest of the stream, I just kind of want to talk about like why. I just want to talk about why I made that video, um, and then maybe just like read some comments, and then we can kind of see where we're going from there. It might not be a super long stream, but yeah, basically, I don't know how I don't know how all of you've been doing, but like I feel like there's a lot of people who are similar to me where they come from a very conservative family And I was adopted. I grew up in a very white conservative Christian family. And and then you grow up and you're kind of like, wow, like I remember I was in high school and I was like, sweatshops are messed up, you know? Like I can't believe like most of our crap that we don't even want is made in a sweatshop. Like it just seems so messed up. And then I like would try to not buy anything from a sweatshop, and I quickly realized you just can't buy almost anything. And then I learned about like how messed up the world was. And before you knew it, I was a leftist, like because I was just like, well, I just want people to be okay. And yeah, I mean, obviously there's like a lot more nuance to leftism, and you know, there's like communism and anarchism, and I'm learning more about I part of me was why part of the reason I'm having this book club is because I'm going to learn about the like nuances and read stuff that's explicitly anarchist or read stuff that's explicitly communist and be able to really understand these differences and not just like generally be a leftist. So I'm like taking that journey right now. But basically I'm like, I just want people to not, to be okay. And it's ridiculous that like people are in these conditions. And I just feel in shock that anyone's conservative. Like it's and that's kind of what this movie is about. Like or not movie, this video is about. Like I'm just like constantly like in shock that like conservatism's like going strong. And yeah, I keep on thinking that like if I talk to I keep on thinking that if I talk to conservatives more, like it'll make more sense. And like in a way it does, because like I'll talk to conservatives and people will be like there's so much fear. It's like, well, we can't feed everyone. And you're like, well, actually we can. And there's a lot of different ways that could look, but we have all the resources. And so much of me talking to conservatives like, well, we just can't do it. Or like there's like this fear, this like fear around like helping like poor people. And there's like this fear about like ending racism and helping black people. And there's like this fear, like there's like this like degradation and like, complete ignorance around indigenous people. And the more I talk with conservatives, the more I'm just kind of like this seems very ignorant, and this seems very just it seems very ignorant, it seems very fear based. And a lot of times it's wrapped up in a like kind of like messed up understanding of Christianity. Like I am very like I don't want to say like I'm anti-religious. I used to be very Christian myself, like very, very, very Christian, very, 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 very Christian, like super duper Christian. And yeah, and I'm gonna read the comments in just a minute. But like I used to be super duper Christian, and so I get like I understand where people are coming from. But I don't think Christianity has to be practiced in like a messed up way. But I think it's very easy to use religion to like have like this really oppressive dogmatic structure. And I'm just kind of like done with it. But I also understand that there are people who practice religion who are great people and are really kind and empathetic and all of that. But I have a hard time with it. Um, but yeah, basically what this video is about is just like just you're watching the Rudy Giuliani movie and you're like, okay, this is a pro Rudy Giuliani movie. This is pro conservatism. So it's giving the most generous argument of itself. And you watch it and it's just complete garbage. And like that's what this is about. It's me just like I've tried. I've tried to understand conservatism. I've tried to understand why people are signing up for this fear-based thing. I gave it a go. I really tried. And when you like look beyond it, like that's what you're getting. When people are like that hateful and that ignorant, it's because they're that hateful and that ignorant. And when you hear their reasoning, that's what it comes down to. And it's like kind of depressing, which makes for good comedy. But that's what you're getting. Like what you're seeing is what you're getting. There's not a veil that's kind of like open up and you're like, oh, I see why conservatives are so hateful. I see why they hate the gays. Like what you're seeing is what you're getting, and it blows my mind. Um, yeah, and that's kind of what this movie is about. It's like I've been personally kind of been depressed about this because I've cut ties with certain family members, and yeah, so the movie is like me just being like, or not movie, the video is me like kind of exploring that. It's not a generous argument at all, and I totally understand that, but yeah, it's kind of me dealing with that. But I'm gonna read comments. So going back a little, with teeth says I wasn't able to post before this social ecology. Um, oh, the social ecology is where it's at. Very good to learn about it regardless where you fall. Check out SR. Sorry, I need glasses. Check out SRRLY Wrong's 3-part podcast of the subject. I will. Yeah, Mexi also had a very great podcast on social ecology with oh my goodness, I forgot their names, but they have worked with Murray Bookchin, and it was such a good conversation to hear. And for anyone who's interested in learning about social ecology, it's a great video to just watch or listen to have a good introduction to that. It's social ecology is where it's at. So definitely look that up to learn more about it if you haven't already. Um, M Lil things. God in the States by Bakunin is available for a Ibervox, LibriVox, and you can contribute as narrator there with Kropotkin as well. Okay. Beta Pussy says there's a sense of superiority that tears its head to guard that fear too. Yeah, there is. Yeah, it's really. I feel like there is a sense of superiority. Like when I use the clip of Ben Shapiro, where or not the clip, like the image, Rudy Giuliani is like, I love opera, and like you have like Ben Shapiro being like, like rap isn't real music, and it's like, why is it not real music? Because your class is asshole. Is that why? It's and racism, of course, too. It's like all those things wrapped together, but yeah, it's like there's a sense of superiority. And like the sad thing is like, you have like this entire genre of music, and now like you just think all of it's garbage because like you're missing out on this really great thing because you just think it's trash because you think you're superior. And that's, I don't know, that's a tragedy, I think. um all right, I'm gonna read more comments. Sorry, my laptop's like way over here. So my arc was a lot less positive than yours. I saw how messed the world is and got incredible. Sorry. I got incredibly angry and bitter. Yeah. This is Bettinari clone. Um, they're saying you handle things in a far healthier manner. I think it's really funny because I am so angry and bitter. Like I'm being so mean. I'm being so mean. Literally, like there's this part where I was like, when I'm like when I like before I do like the whole like conservative Christian power like spin around thing and like transform, I literally like was like I was like maybe all these garbage values are important to conservatives because they value garbage. I was like, that's like a little bit too mean. So I like said it like slightly nicer. But yeah, like this whole video, like I don't even give a generous argument. I am just dumping. I am just dumping on conservatives because I just don't like. It's not that I don't understand. I think I understand perfectly. Um, I just am done. I think I'm done trying to understand. I think my channel in general, like when it first started, I was like, well, let me just say things in a nice way. Let me just say things nicely, and maybe people will understand. Maybe people won't be so racist. And then I would like try doing that, and it just hasn't worked. It's like people who want to understand aren't going to be mean about it. And so I need to make my content for people who either do understand or like want to understand. And yeah, I'm super done and I'm super cynical and bitter, but it also like for my own mental health, I feel like it's important to laugh. And so that's why I actually make these videos, is like it is mean, and but it's also like laughing at how messed up things are is, I think, really important. And so I'm trying to laugh because it's pretty ridiculous, and I think it's really important to laugh about that. I'm gonna read more comments. I kind of lost where I was at, so I'm just gonna keep on going. How did you go about structuring the script for the video? For me, writing a script is very like an intimate process, and I think that's why it takes me so long. Is because when I was a philosophy major, I would want to write really vulnerable stuff, but funny enough, usually when you're a philosophy major, you're not arguing. You're actually saying this is what Descartes is saying, and you have to use quotes from Descartes to be like, this is what he's saying, and you don't argue anything. You're only saying like this is what he's saying. You don't say if you agree or disagree. It's just you have to be able to say that you can. You have to be able to prove that you can read something and then kind of regurgitate it, but that's not the right word. You have to be able to understand someone's writing and show that you can. But it was always very stifling because I always went to argue. Like when I read Kant, it was infuriating. Kant is like he's infuriating, and I always went to argue. So like for me, I kind of took a very similar approach to like when I was writing the script. I was like, what is this movie saying? And I kind of like left out what the movie's trying to say in this particular video, and then I just put like am what am I trying to say? Um, oh my god, I'm being really ranty. I kind of lose my train of thought. Sorry. So like when you write an essay for school or something, like you're kind of have to be like, what is this person saying before you respond? And so for this video, I kind of looked at what is this video saying, and then my video was actually just the response. I kind of left out what the video is trying to say because the movie is trying to say that Rudy is like this great person, and but he's a great person for having these really awful values that I don't value. And instead of me like trying to give a generous argument at the movie, I was like, this is just what I think about this. And yeah, so like that process looks like I would watch the movie and then I would like take notes and write timestamps, and then I would go through those and I would just start writing the script. But for me, it's also extremely personal. Like I feel very complicated about like making YouTube feel like a business in some way because uh I really want it to feel personal. Like these are like my personal views. Like this is what I'm personally going through, and I like doing that in the form of a video essay. Like I'm going through like this kind of like emotional process of like kind of like mourning the loss of like members of like having a relationship with members of my family, for example. And so like yeah, I'm like making a movie about Rudy Giuliani where I'm like, why would anyone choose this? Why would anyone choose conservatism? And I truly don't quite, in one way I do understand because I used to be conservative in a lot of ways. On the other hand, I'm just so sad about it. So, making a YouTube video talking about, making fun of the Rudy Giuliani movie is kind of like my way of also processing it. So there's a process to me making videos, but my videos, they may not seem like it, but they're actually very personal. And I want them to always be personal. And that's why it takes me 2 months to make every video I make. So that was a little bit ranty, but I hope that kind of answers it. Um, Ewan Wardle said, or Ewan, oh gosh, I'm sorry, I'm saying that all wrong. A conservative is a man with two perfectly good legs who, however, has never learned to walk forward. Very interesting. Chris Anderson says, you don't understand conservatism by drinking the propaganda Kool-Aid. That is an indoctrination operation. You understand it in the halls of power. You understand the halls of power. As in like how it functions, maybe like as in conservatism's like a power struggle. I'm not quite sure. So Mercury says, I was born and raised very conservatively Mormon. Ooh, interesting. And challenging those beliefs as someone assigned female at birth was very quickly snowballs into questioning systemic inequality, and and that veers hard left. Totally. Yeah, I think I've had like very similar like experiences where it's like yeah, I grew up in a very conservative environment. And I also was like not even the only black person. I'd often be the only minority. It was an extreme. It was like conservative Christian capital. And I think because I had so many experiences like particularly like I think white people can be very racist in general, but I think conservative Christians especially tend to have a very more intense issue with it. with racism and race and understanding that, it really like made me be like, ew, like these people are awful. Like they're really mean. And I very quickly like got out of conservative Christianity, but then I kind of fell into other denominations of Christianity, and that wasn't really working for me either. And if that's working for you, like that's fine. It just like it's still like I still had like a lot of dogmatic views that I'm really glad that I was able to get out of, because I also can see a version of me where I stayed in Christianity too, and that would have been rough. Um, so innuendos. Oh, there's so many comments. Like I'm really happy that people are commenting. I'm being really ranty though. I've been a lot better being in front of a camera. Like my first videos, I would like hide. Like I didn't want to be in. I didn't want like. I almost never would cut to myself in some of my earlier stuff because I was so awkward. And now I just feel like I'm talking to you all, and it feels great. So, um, but yeah, I'm talking a lot now. Like I really want to get to all these comments, but then also it keeps on scrolling. I'm like, I lose my place. Um, I might have to just start reading. So, so Benaplusty says, Lua, do you know Ruth Wilson Gilmore? She a black abolitionist, scholar slash activist. I think you would love her. I do not know about her, but I will gladly look her up. So yeah, thanks Benaplusty. Um, yeah, I'm really excited to look that up. Kristen says, hi everyone. Love the Rudy video. Thanks, Kristen. Um, Evan Wardle says the modern conservative is engaged in one of man's oldest exercises in moral philosophy. That is the search for a superior moral justification for selfishness. Oh, yeah, I agree. um, Kristen says I went to Manhattan College, and there's a movement within the students to get the school to disavow Rudy Giuliani as a notable alumni. Nice, that's really cool. Mercury says Innuendo Studios video analyzing the origins of conservatism is really good at explaining where all this stuff comes from and why it involves believers. Ooh, I will check that out. I really like Innuendo Studios. Um, have you traveled much? Such a great way to break con conditioning, which I'm guessing is conservative conditioning. Yeah, I think so. Whenever I meet people who like travel a lot, it seems like that is something that's like very enlightening. And then there's also like a way where like I feel like there are people who have traveled a lot who are conservative who like still are somehow able to like travel and kind of be blind to the rest of the world. But I think for a lot of people that's really true. Um, that's so cool. You were a philosophy major. It was all right. I don't know. Like I enjoyed it, but I also think philosophy is like it's strange. Like after coming out of philosophy degree, I'm kind of just like I don't know. I have some thoughts. I should probably make a video about it one day, but it's like really fascinating, and I loved it. And all my teachers were bomb, and I love them. But um, I don't regret it either. I don't know, but it's philosophy itself. It's like very I don't know. I'll get into that later because I'll just start ranting. I hated the thought, or Dalton says, I hated the summation parts of writing in my philosophy classes. Yeah. Kristen says I was lucky to have some really great philosophy teachers who did like to talk about applications of philosophical ideas, and I did a lot of critical writing. Um, so yeah, just kind of switching through these. Looks like we're having a pretty good conversation. Oh, Jim Lauren says, I guess YouTube doesn't give a donate option. Couldn't figure that out. I don't know if I'm eligible to have that. Like maybe, maybe not. Um, but I couldn't figure it out, and I was like, whatever, let's just try doing this. So if you want to donate, there's Patreon, and maybe I should like do a Venmo or something for like one-time donations. Um, but yeah, it would be nice to have like a super chat or something like that. Uh, yeah, it'd be nice to have that going. Um, Rant away. We gather at your live stream as students
sat at the feet of philosophers in old times. Oh, that's too sweet. Thanks, Mercury. Um, okay, cool. So I think that's most of the comments. But yeah, I think I've kind of like ranted or like maybe said all I have like on the video. Um, so yeah, maybe that's a good spot to stop. Unless anyone else has um any more questions or just like fun conversation topics. But yeah, I mostly just wanted to like kind of hang out and maybe let's see, I think there's 22 people here. It's been at that level most of the time. I'm not sure if it makes sense to have a Discord. It might. Like it's one of those things where it's like at the side my channel I think is at the perfect size to have a Discord and just keep on chatting. But then if it got any bigger, it might just be like a little bit chaotic. And so it's like I'm planning on, on growing hopefully, but I don't know. Um I would yeah, so I would really like to keep on growing. So like maybe I don't know if I should make a Discord or not. And then if I did, would I like be on it? Um I haven't read the Conquest of Bread yet. So I'm reading the comments now. Yeah, this is why I want to have this book club because there's so much to read. Um, I've read like the Communist Manifesto, and I've read some stuff by Noam Chomsky, but there's so much more stuff I need to read. I've read a lot on like economics, and not from like any one perspective, but just like talking about like macroeconomics and stuff like that. But even then, it's like very like cold. It's very like this is what game theory is, and like you can't really trust anyone, and if no one can trust anyone, well, you got game theory, and it's like okay, like. But I want to read more in like a very like specifically socialist perspective, anarchist perspective, communist perspective, and I'm doing that like right now, and yeah, so that's what this book club. But yeah, I think this might be a good stopping point. Maybe I don't know. I always get worried that I'm like, if I talk for too long, it's like, am I like bothering people or like you may need to be like fast? Like I have to be entertaining and yeah. But let me know. Sorry, Chrome's giving me a message for something. Let me know if you like having something like this, or if you would be interested in joining like a Discord. Like if I could make a Discord for my YouTube channel or something. Let me know if you'd be interested in that, because if there's other people interested in that, then I'll just make that instead of having the live stream maybe, or like maybe I'll have the live stream, but like people who are in the Discord can just like talk and hang out. Um, so yeah, this says tough choice. Sister got her PhD in philosophy. We chose banker, soldier, engineer, and philosopher. No life ends up perfect. Academia can be hard. My sis left eventually. YouTube experience is better. Yeah, it's very yeah. PhD in philosophy. I mean, some of my favorite professors were philosophy professors, and they have their PhDs, of course. But yeah, I do want to make maybe like a video on maybe want to make a video on what it was like getting a philosophy degree and talk about like college. And I kind of wish I just been making YouTube videos this whole time, because I started making YouTube videos like towards the end of college, and I like made like two and then like didn't make one for like a really long time. And I wish I just been doing that like since I got out of high school or something, and and just playing music. Like I play music all the time, and I just haven't like uploaded it anywhere. But yeah, I don't know. It's like college, because I was working also, like I was working, I just spent so much time. Like that's 4 years of your life where you're literally just working and in school. And so if you have other dreams, it's really hard to do both. And now I'm in a place where I can like put everything into YouTube and then hopefully music, but all really interesting stuff. But yeah, good talk, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. I think I'll leave the stream up for maybe a couple of days and I'll probably like delete it. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the review. Um, it would be super helpful if you leave a comment in the original video to help the algorithm, leave a like for the algorithm. And it would be super helpful if you shared because, again, as you all know, I only post like every couple months. And I swear I'm working on a video in between each time, but it just takes me so much time to make a video because I'm slow. I don't know. I don't know why it takes me so long. And some people are posting every 2 weeks, like really good quality stuff. But for me, it takes me so long. So it'd be super helpful if you shared because I'm sure the algorithm's probably not going to show it to a lot of people. And I'm also worried because I posted this at like 6 p.m. and people might see the notification and go to bed and forget about it or something. So I'm just like a little bit anxious because I really want my channel to grow. So it'd be super helpful if you shared and then commented and left like and all that YouTubey stuff. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching my video and hanging out. It was really fun. And I also like might make a Discord where we can all just kind of maybe talk over mic or something. And yeah, all right. Well, thanks everyone. Have a good night. Unless it's morning for some people, then have a good morning. All right. Bye.